It's mindless Gonzo again. We're about to go into part 3 of this second story arc of Watanagashi. Let's see how things continue. Listen up, everybody. If you don't take cooking seriously, someone's going to get hurt. This is part of your education as well, so don't fool around. Do it seriously. A lazy wafted her to the class in response. After school today was to go home for economics class. The plan was for everybody to make curry rice and give it to the forest rangers who let this building be rented out as school. If everybody were making curry in the same pot, it would be more of a party-like atmosphere. This was school after all. Yeah, in a way that hang on, is my stuff recording? Oh, it says it. I'll find out later. Excluding the youngest students, each one of us will be making our own curry, with the results being judged. Alright everybody, it may be that nowadays curry is an easy meal anybody can make, but it has its roots in traditional Indian cuisine. Even though we've altered it a bit in the Japanese style, it is still instilled within the knowledge and culture of ancient India. Absolutely do not neglect that fact. I'll have words with anybody who doesn't take this seriously, so be prepared for that. Seems like a needlessly passionate sermon on curry, but whatever. It's rumored Chi-sensei devoted her life to curry. She'll probably be pretty strict. As long as you're not failing, your grade in home ec won't matter. Well, it doesn't really matter at all now, does it? I wouldn't say that if I were you. The teacher's a tyrant when it comes to curry. Wait, a curry tyrant? The hell? Never heard of such a thing. You see, our normally mild-mannered teacher, for some unfathomable reason, is a stickler for curry. Unyieldingly so. Yeah, it's said that every year she's going on a journey to India to research mythical curry. Just a rumor, but it seems she eats curry rice 3 meals a day, and if she occasionally has something else, it has to be curry flavored. Not unyielding. That's unnatural. She part of an evil cult or something? Besides, doesn't curry top the list when it comes to junk food? I mean, 3 times a day is just weird, nutritionally speaking, and embedded into the table, right by my fingertips, a chef's knife, ladle, and spatula hummed gently as they still quivered. The teacher, while mixing her own pot, was looking this way, smiling. Keiichi, shut your goddamn mouth. If you say any more, you'll be sleeping with the fishes. Saying even a little bit more would make my situation a lot more dire. Yeah. Just be serious and make your curry properly, and everything will be good, okay? I don't think it's going to be that easy today. Look, Michan's... It's written all over her face. If the playing field is even when being judged, there's no way this will turn into a competition. Looks like we're all on the same page. A cooking contest! Son of a bitch, Keiichi. I knew it. No way Mion would leave such an enticing event all alone. How shall we determine the victor? How the teacher judges it? As the saying, but wait, there's more! The teacher reappeared with the principal in tow. The purpose of today's event is to show appreciation for the people of the forestry service, so they'll be judging the results with me. Your teacher and I, as well as 5 people from the forestry service, will be judging your cooking. Good luck to everyone. Oh god, even the principal! Looking around, it seems like the interest of everybody in the class have been piqued. So that's what's happening. It's going to be just a casual curry cook-off. Ren is good at making curry. I'm not going to lose today. My grade is cooking in a group, so I'm together with Rika. Unfair! I'm pretty sure Rika's good. My curry is so tasty it'll send shivers down your spine. And Mion? Doesn't seem like she's too good at cooking. Her type has always been bad at this kind of thing, but she continued to look unconcerned. I'll tell you what Keiichi is thinking. Mion is definitely bad at cooking, am I right? I don't like the way she said that. It could be... Wait, she couldn't possibly... At that moment, the teacher's whistle sounded. Alright everybody, are you ready? Be very careful with knives. Start. And the call to arms was sounded. We had to use an outdoor kit to cook the rice, but it wasn't that difficult for a camping veteran. Putting the rice into the canister and push your palm into the bottom. Fill the water to just above the wrist. Are you alright with only that much water? If you don't put in more, it could be bad. Oh, you liar. If I put in any more, I'll just be left with some half-cooked porridge. Sadako, if it's meant to be a trick, it's not going to work. I'm used to cooking rice with utensils. First it starts to bubble, then it'll puff. And don't take the lid off no matter what. Keiichi-kun, you're amazing. This is a little unexpected. Did you learn this at summer camp? Dad really likes to go camping. Whenever summer comes around, our family goes a lot. So this means everybody's good at cooking the rice. In other words, the critical part of the challenge would be the curry. Curry is Rika's specialty. We'll cream you all. You lost me at Rika's. Why don't you help with the cooking? Maybe Sadako's helping me the most by doing nothing at all. The ends justify the means, I just gotta win, right? A pretty malicious comment from Rena. Sadako took it hook, line, and sinker. Rena could only apologize between fits of laughter while Sadako chased her around. Well now, should we move on to the curry? For now, the battle truly begins. After rinsing off the carrots, potatoes, and other standard vegetables, I grasp a knife. What will today's curry taste like? She hummed as her well-practiced hands wielded the knife. The rhythmical sound of the knife hitting the cutting board harkened to kind images of days long past. Simply put, it was too perfect. It was so calm and practiced, I seriously didn't stand a chance. I looked over at Sadako and Rika. Sadako was in charge of washing vegetables, while Rika was in charge of peeling. That's what I heard being discussed, but Rika's knife skills were something else as well. She was happily rotating the potato and peeling it quite quickly. On top of that, the peel spanned the entire potato. What was it called again? Gatsuramuki? I've heard that peeling a vegetable in one move. It's a highly regarded technique. She picked up the peel from the sink and carved a pair of eyes into it with her knife. A snake! Rawr! Saying that, she placed a long peeled potato skin on top of the head of a boy from her group. She wasn't even breaking a sweat. When it comes to Rika and the cooking, I couldn't even hold a candle. But, is she roared? Do snakes make that sound? Okay, how about Mion? She's definitely just fumbling along. There's no way she could peel a potato so effortlessly like that. No way! You're shitting me. You gotta be kidding me. It's a trick. She must be using some special effects. Where's wire? Must be a wire. Take a look-see. As if she had already won, she'd probably show me an elongated potato skin. You didn't know Keiichi? Mi was taught how to cook by her grandma. Not just cooking, from sewing to flower arrangements to playing the koto, from marksmanship, radio operator, even helicopter piloting is but one of the myriad things she can do. Strangely enough, the latter items are a little bit more realistic. It was the first few items on the list that seemed to be a lie. She's actually really good at cooking. It's just such a hassle that she never does it though. Damn. I'm really good at cooking, especially Chinese food. Keiichi, boiling something and pouring into a bowl doesn't count as cooking. Oh god, shot down before I could even say it. Oh, too bad for you. Today, Keiichi-san shall be assuredly languishing in defeat all alone. Tough words for somebody who can't even cook by herself. Rika! There. I'll destroy Keiichi for you. This doesn't even look good. They're all smirking at me. Don't raise that white flag yet. Don't throw away this match. Calm down. Let's think it out. Not about how to peel these potatoes well, but how about to win the challenge? Too many people watching. I'm gonna work in another sink. Saying that, I gathered up all the vegetables and left that spot behind. Okay, you gonna be alright? I'm worried he might cut himself. Let's see what Kei-chan's up to. No matter how hard I try peeling, if I slip up at this speed, I'll lob these fingers off. There's only one thing left to do. Tomita-kun, Okabe-kun. Oh, you guys were in a group before, huh? It was the only two underclassmen that have become my sworn brothers ever since they invented the toy store last Sunday. I've been paired with two girls for the group. Yeah, both of the girls are pretty good at cooking. Both of us can just mess around and we'll be okay. And they pointed at the girls. They're not as good as Rena, but they were both good with handling a knife. I'll get straight to the point. At this rate, I'm gonna lose. How about you give me the vegetables that your group peeled already? Why, Baro-san, that's pretty much theft. But depending on what's in it for us. In other words, it depends on the terms of the negotiation, huh? Quite bold. Well, that is to be expected. Well, let's do this. If I win, I'll let you eat the curry the Sabotage group makes. How about that? I don't know about that. They were hesitant after such a weighty proposal. One little push needs to be happening. Very well, we'll make them an offer that they can't refuse. I pulled both of them close by the shoulders and matched my offer in a hushed tone. Of course, that includes the part that Sadako and Rika had already eaten some of. I'll even throw in the spoons. A red mist sprouted vigorously from the noses of the two underclassmen. Huh? Keiichi, you're pretty good at this. Those are some very nice potatoes. I've really to clear the vegetable peeling challenge. I return to my comrades in triumph. Amazing, amazing! Keiichi's peeling is really good. Oh, not quite right. Why, he bared isn't a potato, but thanks. I am super serious about this, and I'll crush you all. Having finished with preparing the vegetables, next is to boil a pot of water and add vegetables in order of which takes longest to cook. I've learned this part from my mother when we went camping, but just cooking in order it probably won't garner a lot of points. Looking over to Rena, she had a variety of vegetables cooked together in a delicate balance. She wasn't being ambitious or calculating. She was just making delicious food with a mother's touch. I have a feeling that I could somehow compete with Mion in terms of technique, but no match for Rena. She was out of my league. When my mother makes curry, she always uses lots of ingredients, so my Rena's curry uses a lot as well. I really want to take all night and stew it nice and slow. I'm begging you, will you please help just a little? No. This is one of our club activities, and I am not going to lose. When she enters club mode, even normally kind, she's an enemy. Looks like Rika's cooking apples. She's like a pro at this. And Mion? Hey, no way. What in God's name is that? Where'd you get meat? I predicted what we would be doing today by looking at the schedule. I prepared accordingly. My curry's going to be marvelous! Upon closer inspection, looks like Mion brought her own vegetables and spices and every other ingredients. They were spread all over the place. Mion, just for today, you brought all this stuff from your house? Objection! Gee, there's no way this is allowed, is it? Overruled. As long as it makes for delicious curry, anything goes. You are a slut for curry. For the normally serious teacher to go as far as to append a star to the end of her sentence. Just as the rumors said, a through and through curry freak. Rena and Rika are naturally gifted chefs. I've come with thorough preparations. And Keiichi, you... hopeless. In the grand scheme of cooking, peeling vegetables was a small part of it. The hurdles I gotta overcome are too numerous and too high. My bar over here! I saw the voices calling me belonging to two underclassmen from earlier. Tomida and Okamura. What is it? What's with the pod? Is that from your group? Switches with your pod before somebody notices. I think that the curry the girls are from our group made at the very least is better than what you can make. You guys did that for me? Don't get the wrong idea. If you don't win, then that is... Oh yeah. If I don't win, then the Takabini, Sadako, and Rika-chan's curry goes out the window. Seems like you guys are getting riled up about this, huh? Sorry, I'm in your debt. But I'm surprised the girls in your group agreed to this. I and Bara, we're also serious about this. Filling in on day duty 3 times. These guys assured me victory at paid the price. The gaze filled with burning conviction from my underclassmen. I am not fighting this alone. I am fighting this with everyone. Leave it to me. Save some room, boys. I'll definitely let you eat your fill. We shall be winning your victory. It's a gas stove, so controlling the heat is easy. All that's left is to let it stew a bit. The delicious smell of curry began wafting upwards. The pot gifted to me by my two underclassmen certainly drew double takes. Rena even looked surprised when she came to take a look. It must be pretty good. You're pretty good, Kei-chan. Looks like this will be a good match right to the bitter end. Ren wants to eat Keiichi-kun's curry. Rena's and Mion's. Everyone's a worthy opponent. I've done my very best, but I'm not sure of the outcome. Rika's calling you. Go see what she wants. Rika's calling me? What could it be? Whatever. While I'm at it, I can get some intelligence. She was doodling on the ground in front of the pod. Because of all that's left is studded stew. Even then, it's good to know that she doesn't leave the stove unattended. How's yours? It's Mr. Curry. What? She was doodling something strange and introduced it as Mr. Curry. Mr. Curry is amazing. He shoots beam from his eyes. Pew pew. Apparently, Mr. Curry shoots beam from his eyes. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Drawing a beam with a stick, she etched a line towards my feet. Does this mean I've been shot with a laser? Barrier, beam reflect! I took another stick in my hand and reflected the beam, striking Mr. Curry. She can shoot missiles from his stomach. Phew! Ah, my bars of electromagnetic barrier and a retaliatory beam! He absorbs the beam energy and fires his impulse wave cannon. Rika and I scratched at the ground that were engrossed in our doodle war. Wait a moment. Rika, you called me here for a reason. Yes, I called you, but I've already fulfilled my purpose. A chill ran up my spine. Already fulfilled the purpose. They got me! Headed back to my pod, standing there just as I feared was Sadako. With no questions asked, I drop-kicked the back of her head. What do you think you're doing? You're not better than do that to a lady's head. Who cares about that, Sadako? Did you make something happen with my curtain? How impertinent! I haven't fallen that far. Despite what you may think, I'm a fair person. Then what was with the impossible line of ladles and plates? Leaving them all in these unsatiable possessions. If they fall over, what will you do? At the moment, the gentle breeze blew, knocking over a ladle that was stood up on its end. The ladle, like a domino, fell over and knocked the next cooking utensil in a row. This is art. Come to think of it, domino world record challenges were quite the rage on television a while back. Keiichi, the frying pan! I didn't have time to react. The chain reaction knocked over a cutting board, then a frying pan. The next after that, the pot. The frying pan struck my pot full force, tipping it over. The contents crudely spilled out, and now my masterpiece was being sampled by the schoolyard. I stared dumbfounded. It was such a beautiful and elaborate mousetrap that for a moment I lost touch with reality. Oh my, what a catastrophe. I didn't do anything, you hear me? At the very last moment, I let my guard down. I ignored the culinary incompetent Sadako for far too long. Even if she couldn't cook, she still had her method of fighting back. Just then, Rena, who had been sampling her own pot, let out a scream. What? Rena's curry salty? Was Rena's Sabotage? What about Mion's? My rice got salty. I haven't had. With all the obstacles in my way, I've been taken care of before the fight even begins. All that effort wasted. So sad, so sad. So very, very sad. Sadako, you bitch! Rika and Sadako rubbed my dumbfounded head to their heart's content. Pushing the guest desk together, it was about time for the meals to be judged. The delicious odor of curry spread throughout the courtyard. The members of the forestry service to whom we owed gratitude for their daily work were guided to their seats. The principal gave a bit of a ceremonial introduction. Next, the teacher expressed her desire for them to judge the curry contest. The men from the forestry service seemed to like this kind of thing and gave their enthusiastic approval. Well, is everybody finished? We'll have all the judges sample your cooking. Everybody in class brought up their painstakingly curry and arranged them on the desk. The only club members who managed the decent results were Rika's. Knowing full well it was a failure, Rena plated her curry for the judges. She knew she was going to get a low score. But at least she was still able to serve hers. Mion's and mine were completely obliterated. We couldn't even line them up on the table. The judges started from the curry made by the lower grades. A lively discussion praising their food. Finally, it was ours. Ryuguku's curry. Looks quite appetizing. And the results? His expression immediately changed. What happened, Ryugu? It seemed so delicious when you were cooking it. Chie-sensei must have some expectations judging her disappointment. I'm sorry. I might have added a bag of salt by accident. The result of the judges grimaced after they had a bite. I felt sorry. Failure is but the seasoning of success. I'm looking forward to next time, so do your best. Saying that, the principal devoured the rest, and the rest on all one go. Truly a man amongst the men. She was down and out. Offensive capabilities were something else, but she was defeated due to a weak defense, and Satoko being a big massive cunt. Well then, savor our curry. I see Furude's group put a lot of effort. Let's see. Simple, but nicely done. There was also the incident where Rin assaulted the curry right before this, so the judge's assessment was extraordinary high. Maybe not extraordinary, but perhaps Tei's forerunner? They began a heated debate. One of those judges let out a sigh as they removed a chunk of carrot with a spoon. This curry isn't half bad, but I don't like the carrots. I think carrots are a staple of curry, but I guess each their own. Seems that Rika read the nameplate on the chest of his coveralls and began to speak. But that's no good, Keiichi. You have to eat carrots. What is she saying all of a sudden? Everybody turned to her with a stunned look. But what Rika just did was super effective. The carrot-hating judge stuffing his face with curry while tears streamed down his face. Keiichi, there's seconds if you want them. Mommy! crying like that, he continued to shove curry into his mouth. That's right. Rika's curry was by no means simple. The curry had the taste of a mother's cooking. With the irritating judge out of the picture, the assessment was unanimous. Nobody can stand up to Rika's curry. Or her fucking cuteness. Satoko let off with a shrill laugh that she declared victory, but at that moment... Don't be fooled, esteemed judges. Don't be deceived into thinking that this meager slop is the taste only a mother can provide. What you people actually want to eat is this kind of curry. So all of a sudden, in all its perfect glory, Mion's curry. Not only the judges, but the teacher, the underclassmen, and of course myself could only gasp. Hamburger steak with a demi-glazed sauce and a fresh salad. A set. It would be stretching to say it was a full-course meal. Perfectly made. Amazing, amazing. Mi-chan, you're amazing. Yikes. Satoko was shocked. Rika couldn't hide the surprise. It seems the victor was decided even without needing a taste. The hamburger was hand-kneaded. The salad was a home-style dressing of a professional quality. And the curry not even a micron of grit. Sublime. Truly a taste to savor. Sonozaki, this curry is no doubt living testimony to 6,000 years of Indian knowledge and beautiful harmony with Japanese cuisine. I'm elated. This deserves full marks. I'm giving it 100 points. You're welcome. I'm just trying to set an example as class representative. She bowed politely, and then winked at us with a smirk. I admit defeat. There's no way that's happening. I'm certain I sabotaged it. That's right. She dumped salt into Mion's rice cooker, which should have ruined it. But that moment it hit me. I spun back towards my own canister. So that's why. At some point, the cooking canister had been opened, its contents completely emptied. Damn you, Mion. You used the rice. That's not fair. You hand over half the curry. She clicked her tongue and waved her finger at me as a smirk washed over her face. Well there, Keiichi, you're not taking this seriously enough. You gave up at the last moment. I didn't. That's the difference between us. As soon as you gave up, it was all over. I couldn't even properly voice the shame. Keiichi, I feel sorry for Keiichi. Just give him a little. Oh, it's fine. So this will be considered a lesson. He just learned that you shouldn't give up on the contest until it's all over, right? It hurts me to say it, but she seems to be on point. To give up quickly on the match was my own folly. For Mion to have brought that to my attention, I should have been thanking her. Did that mean that even in this situation I shouldn't have given up? My curry was overturned when I was still in the pot, and I don't even have any rice left. How in the places am I supposed to lose hope in this situation? My Bara. Those two suddenly appeared. Even though my protégés had tried so hard, I wasn't able to meet their expectations. It was an accident. There was nothing you could do. Both of them were dejected. I couldn't accept defeat so easily. I was their senior. What would I be if I didn't pick up the broken pieces of the dream I showed them? I learned it from Mion just now, didn't I? Can't throw away the contest. Not until that very moment. Think, not about how to make more, but about how to win. Ah. I have an idea. I didn't think it could turn the tables, but it was better than nothing. Tomita, come and wash your hands. Help me out. Okamura, there's something I want you to find. Gotcha. Both of them dispersed after receiving some instructions. Oh, how's Keiichi gonna flatter about the end? Why don't you show me? Nobody likes a stubborn fool, you know. And nobody likes a cunt either, Sadako, so you have no room to talk. Just sit there and watch the last card that I gotta play. First off, Mion, I'll be taking some rice, so I'm not gonna let you say no. I don't really care, it's fucking salty. It's okay if Rena helps. Keiichi-kun's in trouble. Didn't you say that as assuring? Well then, Rena, get some tea. He doesn't trust me. Satoko? Rika? I challenged you to a side bet. What did you say? Well, listen. This was my duty to my two protégés who shed blood, sweat, and tears for my sake. If I receive a perfect score, I'll be taking your guys' currency, and nothing for you to eat. You need to know when you stop joking around. I'll be giving a big note of that. No, it's alright, Satoko. Take him up on it. Firmly pounding the top of Satoko's head, Mion said those words with all the gravitas of a club president. You handicapped him this much. There's no way he can make up for that. So how about you meet him head on? No matter how hard he struggles, he's not going to make a comeback, right? That may be true, but I don't mind. Go for it, Keiichi. Yay! The judges seemed to grow tired of sampling the various curries, and they were debating each entry. What little I ever heard, Mion's impending victory was not in question. What happened to my borrows? I still haven't tried it yet. Yeah, the pot with my curry in it fell over. That's so. A real shame. I may have lost the curry, but that doesn't mean I've lost. I'll have everybody singing my praises. My combative posturing had drawn the attention of the judges. First of all, just be quiet and just eat these. I'll listen to your complaints afterwards. My cooking! My bar, what the? Onigiri. The judges, alright, the simple fare that was from the trust and receiving the bucket. Remember what the cups she brought over from the break room? He's making a mockery! Look! Not even any filling! Not more than salt and onigiri! It wasn't being called a contest. It's true the amount of salt might be a little much, but her expression told me she thought this was a great idea, but it might not be enough to win. My bro, is this really enough to make a comeback? Gentlemen, you did well. It's alright. Just watch. They were chewing with their mouths full, sipping on the tea. Nobody was singing praises or awestruck. They were just quietly chowing down. Seems Keiichi's learned how to use some rather underhanded tricks. Might be difficult. That's right. Ren understands now. What do you mean? Why is everyone just quietly eating? You see, Satoko, that's because the judges are actually tired of eating curry. Because they were judges, they had to sample each and every offering. And because they were from small children, because they were made to show their appreciation, they couldn't eat just a little bit of each. Sometimes the man values the amount more than the taste. At those times, rather than rich, mind-blowing flavor, they craved simplicity. They couldn't say it out loud, but this was the tastiest thing they had. I confirmed that by looking into their eyes as the judges smiled wryly. I'll praise your efforts, but today's contest was about curry. I'm not sure we can give a score to this. The teacher and principal have folded their arms while they pondered the situation. Our underling seeming dad saw the small glimmer of hope fade away and grew dejected. Was this surprise just not enough? Don't give up, Kei-chan. She whispered quietly. Yeah, I didn't push here. No, I'll have you give it a score. If you think the curry and onigiri are really that different, you're sorely mistaken. What are you saying? How are they the same? That's what's up the teacher. Let's give you one final chance. The judges have eaten their fill, quietly waited on the statement. As homeland of India, curry is usually eaten with a type of bread called naan, isn't it? Therefore, you could say that this cuisine we call curry rice is something we have adopted and modified. Just as the teacher said that in the beginning, it's a fusion of Indian and Japanese cuisine. I don't know what you're trying to say, Mayubara, but What does this have to do with onigiri? It's very simple. Both curry and onigiri are things that are made to let you enjoy eating rice. Rice was introduced to Japan from ancient China. Our agricultural forebears watered fields, fighting elements, disease, and pests to grow and raise our rice-centric culture. The Japanese people have formulated a plethora of dishes, but those are nothing more than attempts at finding ways to enjoy eating rice. In other words, curry and onigiri are the results of rice culture. It was scattered at first, but slowly grew into a steady roar, a thunderous applause that praised me. Enough with the nonsense. I just can't accept this. The teachers are judging curry, you know? This is out of the question. It's honestly nothing. It doesn't deserve a point at all. Miss, Keiichi did his best. Could you please acknowledge that? Today's class was supposed to be about curry. What are we going to do? Beyond stepping over after step forward. There's a story about how when a Michelin 3-star chef from France came to Japan, the people from the hotel he was staying had a bunch of ingredients from France imported, but the chef didn't even give him a second glance. I wonder what that was. They were ingredients from his homeland. The chef went to the local fish market and made a dish from fresh fish caught in Japan. The culture of food isn't bound by predetermined rules. It's culture. You go to Japan, you meddle with Japanese culture and make something new. That's how curry no onigiri are the same. She was providing fire support. I had to be grateful. The judges were somehow moved by this complicated and baseless trivia. A stern look washed over the teacher's face as she free-folded her arms. My bar, your kabata curry was flipped over, wasn't it? Even though I said at the beginning to be careful. I'm sorry, but as the two of you said, there are no boundaries in cuisine. If it's something that can amaze people, it's not something that should be discriminated against just because of the form. Well? For spilling your pot, it's a minus. But just for today, for not giving up, you regained at 20 points. I'm giving you 100. My para, we did it! My underclassmen leaped at me. A perfect score. We did it. The curry was spilled and our race was taken, but we made a comeback. And Deanne Enriquez was receiving full marks, so everybody but Rana had the perfect score. Since this contest was outside the scope of regular club activities, there wasn't any particular penalty in the game. Rana breathed a sigh of relief. Now then, as promised, Satoko and Rika, I'll be taking that curry. But that means we won't have any lunch. She stomped angrily to the ground in frustration, but the price of defeat was absolute. Well, that's what I wanted to say, but maybe I should show you some mercy. You can have half. Thank you, Keiichi. My two proteges peered from the sidelines, tears of joy streaming from their faces. We exchanged glances that would only be understood amongst men. We did it, Mayabara. And it's all thanks to you. We flashed each other a thumbs up. Now I just give these to my pupils. I got pretty hungry myself. Guess I've wanted my onigiri. But there was no trace of my onigiri. The ones I set aside for myself included. I speared around searching for another principal clapped a hand on my shoulder. When I was listening to that speech you gave, the rice that was true and grew more delicious. Did you eat my share? He simply laughed it off without answering. Seriously? Why is I praying with tears in my stomach rumbling? I was called over. Mayabara, because of the circumstance I had to give you a curry sword, but you understand, right? What? There was not a glint in the teacher's eye. If I had to describe it, it was curry-colored. Like about a stewed curry, her eyes whirled around in a spiral. A chill washed over me. She clutched me by the shoulders and drew me in closer until our noses were almost touching. Curry is the world's most respected and sacred of dishes. I will absolutely not allow it to be put in the same category as onigiri. Do you hear me? Curry was created in ancient India, one of the 4 great river valley civilizations, and was raved about it during the reign of King Ashoka and in Kavala Zoo for the birth of the Sankaya. International Food Expo, Michelin, twirly, even the Eiffel Tower was pickled and shimmering curry to Mary. Whatever you are asleep or awake, curry. Keiichi-san? What are you standing around for? Cleanup is part of the cooking. Keiichi-kun, your eyes are all curried. Why is that? Why? Curry. She's got him, huh? It's okay, he'll be back to normal by tomorrow, probably. It wasn't that long before hunger brought me back to my senses. Curry. Oh, the curry! In the end, all the onigiri was eaten by the principal, so I had to make do without lunch. Skipping lunch, I never knew the after could be long and painful. A feeling other than drowsiness made me space out. Are you alright, Keiichi-kun? That's why I said you shouldn't eat Rena's curry. As if I could eat this curry with enough salt in it that made my blood pressure rise just looking at it. That's what I said as I initially refused. I could only regret it. The hunger, the stomachache. Well, you did a good job making it through. You're an absolutely hopeless situation, that is. You're pretty strong when you're cornered. I don't need any compliments right now. I need some food. There's something for you to eat at home, isn't it? We don't keep snacks lying around, and I'm out of cup noodles. You know what? Since you're enduring that hunger so much, I'm sure tonight's dinner is going to be real tasty. I have absolutely no intention of laughing along. Well then, I'll take my leave. I have my part-time job again today. It's really rough when you're not used to the work. That job at the Angel Moore family restaurant, huh? That uniform, maybe, was somewhat stimulating. Being a waitress really is hard work. Michan's working as a waitress? Really? What kind of place is it? No! I'm working at the toy store from the other day. Shion is the waitress. Oh, my bad. I completely forgot that's how it ended up being. Sorry about that. You guys look just so similar. Keiichi-kun, who's Shion? She asked the obvious question. Mion's supposedly young twin sister. She's got a different personality, but she's a dead ringer for Mion. Yeah, we look similar, but we are completely different personality-wise. I'm very kind and thoughtful, and she has a cold and scary personality. I think that whenever you guys were born, Shion caught up on feminine aspects. Unlike Mion, she's a cute and cheerful girl. Keiichi-chan! Rena injected as her eyes started back and forth from our exchange. Is that true? Rena's never met her. Michan, did you ever tell me you had a younger sister? Shion's existence was already being exposed as a cover-up. I couldn't help Mion out here. I could only have her in, just charade. Oh yeah, I still haven't introduced her to you, Rena. My younger sister's name is Shion. I don't know, I didn't ask. I never met her when I went to Michan's house. Yeah, that. You know I'm the only one that lives with Granny. Shion lives at the family home in Okonomiya. We're not that close, so yeah, she doesn't come here too often. Rena's face indicated she wasn't sure if she was convinced. She was usually a bit of an airhead, but she was unusually sharp when it comes to these kinds of things. It's not a lie, believe me. As if she said, yeah, I believe you, a smile suddenly blossomed on her face. Rena wants to meet her. I'll go and see her sometime. What store is she working at? What store? She's getting more tangled in her web. I could tell Mion was getting increasingly frantic. I wanted to help her out, but it was hard for an outsider to butt in on family issues. Sorry, I have to get to work later. Rena, Kei-chan, see you tomorrow. Unilaterally ending the conversation, she headed home. No matter how you looked at it, she was running away. We'll just label this one as an emergency escape. Michan was kind of cute. I wonder why. She was giggling in amusement. I wonder what dinner is. When is dinner? Would lying down be the best way to conserve energy? I sprawled in the entry without even taking off the shoes. As I was losing the last vestiges of my consciousness, the doorbell rang. A guest. Come on in. Open. I directed my listless voice to the door. Good afternoon. Whoa, Keiichi, what are you doing? My guess was Mion, or maybe it's Shion. She shocked when she saw me sprawled out in the entryway. So is that you, Shion? What the? I thought Shion's existence was an illusion that was limited to when Mion was at the restaurant. That's why I never considered that Shion would appear here. I heard from my sister. Because of club activities today, you weren't able to eat lunch. A lot of trouble. Thought I could spill my pot, and you stole my rice. But I'm Shion. She grew red and moped. That's right, the younger twin. Sorry, what's up? Did you bring something for me? My, it's somehow disappointing that you hit the nail right on the head. But here, with a disappointed smile, she held out a small bento box she hid behind her back. You really brought something? Thanks. Still some of the ground beef left over from what my sister brought to school. I knew it was going to be right before dinner, but I wondered if you wanted it. Am I bothering you or anything? Not a bit. I'm really happy. Can I really eat this? Sneaking a look inside the box, to say that she just pulled some leftovers inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuffed inside. Is this really okay? It's not like a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything? Jeez, I'm not my sister. I'm not gonna do that kind of thing. If you don't like it, you don't have to force yourself. I'll just go home and eat it myself. Saying that, she pouted cutely and made a motion as if to snatch the box back. There were some times that made me doubt that she was the same person as Mion, and this was undoubtedly one of those moments. I don't mind at all. I wanted to chow down on it and have with thanks from the bottom of my heart. It's not something to be so thankful about that your nose has to run. Who would have thought? Shion. Who would have thought that I might not take the bento? Looked down happily. Not much, but do you want to come in? I could probably make some tea or something. Sorry, maybe some other time. I'm on my way to work. Oh, that's right. She did say that before. Just rinse the box out with water and give it back to my sister. Okay, it would be only the proper thing to child do after being allowed to eat something that looks this delicious. Alright, time to take my leave. One last thing. She grew red as she looked down once more. During that contest with the curry, my sister took your rice without permission, did she? She fools around too much. Sometimes she gets carried away. She wasn't doing that just to be mean. It's not like I minded that too much. There are no grudges when it comes to cloud activities after all. I should be the one that's thankful for all the thrills and excitement. Could you tell that to Mion for me? Of course. I think my sister will be very happy to hear that. Well, I'll go. She smiled brightly. After bowing deeply, she left as she looked at her watch. I'm happy, but is this really okay? I looked at the bento box she left behind. A faint warm spread through the palm of my hand. If it were Mion, I could see hot sauce, mustard, maybe even an eel being mixed inside, but really, I don't think she would go so far as putting an eel in there. Have you forgotten about Chapter 1? I opened the box once again and hesitantly tasted a bit. I took a bite, and another. No funny business. No danger at all. It was delicious. That's right. That was Shion, not Mion. There shouldn't have been anything to worry about. I rushed back to my room, eating as I gave my thanks. So delicious my stomach could cry. Shion, maybe Mion. When she heard I was so hungry I could die, she probably brought this over for me. It was delicious to the last bite. By the way, nothing strange was mixed in at all. A bit embarrassing at myself for being so skeptical. It was delicious. Let's check out this tip and we'll call it a video. Because I might as well just keep things simple. Because those last two from the first chapter, they went on for a little too long. So let's keep this at a simple, approximate hour or so. So let's check out the new tips and then we'll save and conclude. Mion, here. What is it, Keiichi? I thrusted the bento box you gave me yesterday at her face. It had the food you gave me in it, thanks. It was great. Her face quickly flushed bright red. Hey now, you were the one pretending to be Shion when you gave it to me. You're gonna give it away if you get all red like that when you're being Mion. At this rate, she might trip and fall right into her own grave, so I'm gonna help her out. Now listen, I was pretty hungry yesterday. Out of the blue, Shion came all the way to my house and gave me food in a bento box. This is that box. Make sure you wash it out. Right, Shion's really considerate, huh? So transparent. Was Mion always this terrible in life? Her expression was different than usual, but it looked strangely cute. So, what did you think? Like peas in a pod. You're twins, right? Obviously you look the same. Well, not that, She looked bewildered, like she was waiting for a specific answer. When she said impression, maybe she didn't mean Shion, but the bento. Oh, it was delicious. Really? I never lie about liking food. If I say something good, it's subjectively good. You can feel free to give my recommendations to every single person you meet. Tell Shion it was seriously great, right? Okay, I'll tell Shion. I will. I think she'll be happy. We're going along with Shion having it given to me, not Mion, are we? Yeah, her laugh. It came from deep down and it sounded happy. I guess she really can laugh nicely enough to just look at her, and it makes me feel better too. A sarcastic remark made its own way into my tongue, but I swallowed it back. As she put the bento box in her bag, she noticed a clattering noise. Keiichi, there's something inside. She opened it! The thing inside was a little embarrassing. I wish she hadn't opened it here. I hid it with my hands. Well, this is my mother told me to put them in as things. I didn't come with it or anything. I don't get the wrong idea. So pretty. Candy. There was a handful of candies neatly wrapped in paper inside a sparkly clean bento box. When I was cleaning the box out yesterday, the same mom came over and interrogated me, and I fessed up as to who had given me the food. She told me it was something like this that called for a display of gratitude. I didn't want to because it was embarrassing, so I argued that it wouldn't be like me to do that. Well, that's what happened. I was so embarrassed it felt like fire might shoot out of my face. If she had laughed the whole thing off like she usually did, would be fine. But for some odd reason, she was staring at the candy in the box with fascination. Thank you. Don't thank me. Thank my mom, she put them in there. Besides, you're not the one I need to be thanking. Those are Shion. Alright? Right. You're right. Alright, I'll be sure to tell her. I just know she'll be happy. She looked a little downtrodden. She put the lid back on the box. Seems like I ended up saying something a little mean. Ah, shit. It's the bell. You look so cozy today. Something happened, did it? Perhaps she caught a fever. The red in her face is probably due to increased body temperature. Rika, why are you petting my head? Sadako, I'm sure you'll be able to catch fever soon enough. Okay. I'm just gonna conclude this video. Let's see how things happen from here.